Hello grade 8s, thank you very much for downloading this video. So if you've downloaded it and you're listening to this, it means that you are awesome because you're going to keep up to date with the work that we're going to be doing together from home over the next 2.5 weeks. Okay, so in today's lesson, I just want to recap something from page 15, the metric prefixes, specifically deca and deci. And then we're going to go on to do surface area and volume, so 2D and 3D. Alright. So I'd like you to be on page 15 of your notes, and we've already taught you the metric prefixes, but there's two that look a bit similar that apparently some people are getting a little bit confused with. So I want to show you that, and then I'm going to add something to your notes as well. So you'll notice there's deca, and we've also got deci. The metric prefix symbol for deca is dA, and what a decameter is 10 meters. So the multiplying factor for deca is 1 times 10 to the positive 1. 1 times 10 to the positive 1. Then there's another metric prefix called deci, which sounds a little bit similar to deca, but it's not. The symbol is even more similar. So the symbol for deci is just a D. Because remember, the symbol for deca is dA. And a decimeter is a tenth of a meter. And a tenth is 1 times 10 to the minus 1, so you're actually dividing by 10. And on your calculator, you type in 1 times 10 to the minus 1. So a decimeter is 0,1 meters, whereas a decameter is actually 10 meters. Alright, now let's go to page 16, and I want you to make a little change in your notes before we start with surface area and volume. So let's have a look at number 5. So in number 5, the original question asked us to convert 1 decimeter, dm, into meters. So I told you that deci, just the baby d, actually means 1 times 10 to the minus 1. So on your calculator, you'd actually type exactly that, 1, and then you're going to press the times 10 to the, or the exponent bottom. The exponent button is next to the answer button. It looks like a 1 times 10 to the x. And then you're going to type in -1, and then when you press equals, if your calculator's not in scientific notation mode, it'll tell you that it's 0,1 meters, or if you are in scientific notation mode, that's fine too, 1,00 times 10 to the minus 1 meters. So that was a decimeter. If the question was slightly different and they said, what is a decameter? A decameter, the metric prefix symbol is dA, not just D. dA. And what dA means is times 10 to the positive 1. So there isn't an actual plus sign there, but if you wanted to, you could write 1 times 10 to the positive 1. And on your calculator, if you type in 1, and then use the times 10 to the button, or the exponent button, and then you just say 1, it should tell you, when you press equals, that it's 10 meters. So 1 decimeter, 0,1 meters, 1 decameter is 10 meters. Or if you're in scientific notation mode, 1,00 times 10 to the 1 meters, but those mean the same thing. Those mean the same thing. Alright, let's have a look at number 10. So please change it in your book. The original question asked us for a decimeter. I want you to change it to be deca. So you're going to change the dm to da for deca meters. Remember, 1 decameter is times 10 to the power of 1. So you're going to type in your calculator 4, then the exponent button, times 10 to the 1, and then when you press equals, it should tell you that it's 40. Or if you're in scientific notation mode, 4,00 times 10 to the 1. So those mean the same thing, it just depends on if you're in scientific notation mode or not. But 40 is the same as 4 times 10 to the 10. Because 4 times 10 is 40. Okay. Then something that I want to look at before we move on is these little conversions. So some people are getting a little bit confused with this one. So 0,82 decimeters on your calculator, because deci means times 10 to the minus 1, you would actually type 0,82, then you'd press the times 10 to the button, and then minus 1. And your calculator should tell you that when you press equals, it'll tell you it's 0,82 times 10 to the minus 2 meters. Or 0, it'll also tell you that it's 0,082. That means the same thing. So 0,082 meters. Now, if I asked you to convert 0,082 meters into centimeters, you're going from a big unit, a meter, to a smaller unit, a centimeter. So how do you do that? Do you need to have more centimeters or less centimeters? You need to have more centimeters. To convert from meters to centimeters, you times by 100. So you take your answer, multiply it by 100. And you should get 8,20 centimeters. 8,20 centimeters. What I've written over here is just the question, but in scientific notation. So what's in the red box hasn't been converted, but what I'm going to highlight in green is after you've done the conversion. That's not green, that's blue. Okay, so that's the converted answer. What's in the red box is before you've converted. So 8,2 decimeters is the same as 0,082 meters. And if you convert 0,082 meters into centimeters, it's going to be 8,20 centimeters. The others work very similarly. If you're still not happy with this, let us know, and I can do another little lesson on that, or I can meet with you individually. Okay. So I'm going to stop this video and I'm going to start a brand new one, and we're going to start with surface area.